Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Fausto Pugliese. I'm the president and founder of Cyber Trading University. I'd like to thank everybody for making it this wonderful afternoon on April 16th, the day after tax day. Hopefully everybody had a wonderful time doing their taxes, right? Isn't that a wonderful day? Well, I got good news. You don't have to worry about it until next year. We got 365 days to worry about that. But what the good thing about doing tax day is that this is where the market starts picking up a little bit more. This is where we start trading. Now that burden is off everyone's mind. Now everybody starts getting active in the market. Specifically going into next week, we are in a very big time of the year where this is a spring break. You have Easter coming up. Kids are off from school. The stock market, for some of you don't know this, because I know there's people logged in all over the world, but Friday is a national holiday. The stock market will be closed. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, just be and prepare for that to happen. Now, what today's topic is to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, is the real truth about high-frequency trades. Now, you've probably been watching TV, seeing a lot of news on high-frequency trade, seeing what's been happening. You've been hearing all this scrutiny, what happened on 60 Minutes. Well, I'm going to tell you a little bit about high-frequency trades, more than you could even imagine, okay? I have a new, I have an event I'm going to be doing right now. I'm going to show you some new stuff, and I'm going to educate you guys exactly what is a high-frequency trade? What does it look like? What does it actually look like in the real market hours? That's right. I'm going to go out there and show you how high-frequency trades are being done, because I am going to do one for you live. That's right. I'm going to show you what a high-frequency trade looks like, and you're going to all see, and what you're about to learn is that you've been trading blind your whole life trading. I mean, some of you probably know this, but some of you probably don't, but you're going to see that you've been trading blind your whole life, and I'm going to show you that you could do this with your own, you could do this on your own, and you don't need somebody else to do it for you. Okay, so we're going to have a very fun and a lot of fun stuff to talk about. Now, just a really quick, just to get to know a little bit about everyone in the meeting, can everyone just give me a chat and let me know where everyone's logged in from? I know I mentioned that earlier. Always like to know where everyone is logged in from. Okay, Arizona. Well, I look forward to that, Tony. I'll be there next week. New York City, my hometown. Here you are. Idaho. Vancouver. With the word Victoria, I don't know if you are from Victoria, Vancouver, but it's a beautiful area. I love it there. Quebec, Los Angeles, Winnipeg, a lot of Canadians. Wow, we have somebody from Shanghai. Been there too, actually. Beautiful area. It's like a modern New York City, Vegas. Canada, Quebec, good. We have people all over the place. That's great to hear. All right, now that we know a little bit where everyone's logged in from, could everyone just give me a chat back and let me know what kind of trader you are? Are you a stock trader? Are you a day trader? Are you Forex, options? What kind of trader is everyone here? Okay, we got a couple of stock traders. A lot of stock traders, mixed options, okay, from Victoria. Stocks and futures from Alan. Okay. Now, for some of you that are an options trader, just want to kind of make a comment to all of you that if you really want to be good in options, if you like options, because I like options, you have to learn how to trade stocks first, because it's the movement of the stock that makes the option move. All right, good. Now, one last question. Is anybody a student? By the way, some of you have your chat. When you're clicking to chat, just click to all to send to all participants so everybody can read your chat. And also, one last question. Who here is an actual student of Cyber Trading University? Just let me know if there's any students here. Okay, Carrie, Daniel, good to see you. Okay, Carrie, nice to see you. Okay, good. Just want to know, sometimes we always get students that come to some free events that we do, and it's always nice to know who they are. I like to know who they are. David, good to see you. Mike, good. Excellent. All right, so let's move on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get right to it. Let's talk a little bit about Cyber Trading University first, and then I'm going to kind of educate all of you about what is high-frequency trade, and I am going to do a live, right in front of you, a live direct access trade, which you're going to see on the high-frequency market, okay? Now, just a quick little intro about Cyber Trading University. I don't know if some of you ever it's always important to know who you're dealing with, who you're talking to, who you're listening to, and why you should be listening to the person that you're attending this event with. Well, I've been basically teaching people since 1995. I love what I do, and I really mean that. I have a passion to teach, and the main purpose of why I love what I do and why I have a passion, because I'm sick and tired seeing people lose money. Trading is an 80 to 90% failure rate. That's right, an 80 to 90% failure rate. It's almost like 1 out of 10 of you are guaranteed to lose. Well, I could say 1 in 10 of you here that are logged in will not lose, because you're making one of the biggest, first, smartest steps by learning. And if you're here today, that means you want to learn. But you wouldn't even imagine how many people are out there that are trying to trade their own money, acting like a financial analyst, saying, you know what, let me go do it on my own. And those give you a more higher risk of failure, okay? So hopefully from today's presentation, I'm going to educate a lot of you to say, okay, you know what, I really like what's going on, I want to learn, and you're hopefully going to take some of the stuff that you learned today, and we'll give you a sense of direction about learning how to trade. Now, I started one of the first leading educational schools in the industry, been doing it back since 1995. I don't know if you guys ever read any of the old books. I actually have my own book coming out. It's going to be launched you can actually buy it on Cybertrade University now, but Wiley, one of the biggest publishing companies in the world, just bought my book. They're launching I'm going to have the first stock day trading book out ever by Wiley, and it's going to be launched in August. But you can get a PDF version on our website. But going back that far, I was one of the original Souls Bandits, if you read any of the old books that started day trading. I'm also known as the 12-time champion. I beat every single school that I competed against at the Traders Expo Money Show. And also, all our instructors here at Cybertrade University, including myself, have a minimum of 6 years experience. Now, I've trained tens of thousands of people that have taken my course, and hundreds of thousands I've spoken to all over the world of educating people about trading. So, and the reason why, I just love what I do. I believe that, you got to remember, 10% of your time is spent on trading, 90% of your time is spent on education. Now that you know a little bit about Cybertrade University and myself, let's talk about some of the things we're going to learn. First of all, I'm going to teach you how online brokers make money off you. I'm also going to explain to you what high-frequency trades are. I'm going to do some demonstrations of what a high-frequency trade looks like. Also going to talk about level 3, which is total view. Going to talk about the KISS method on charts, stocks we've traded, and much, much more. So we got a lot to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. We're probably going to go about an hour. And if you guys have any questions, once again, try to keep your questions on the topic that we're on. And at the end of this presentation, I'm going to open up really briefly for Q&As. Now, does anyone here know what a high-frequency trade is? Let's have a little fun now. Okay, so I always like to get you guys involved, and so I get to know you guys a little bit more. But do you guys know what an HFT is? Anybody know what a high-frequency trading is? Just give me a yes or no. Just be honest. Yes, no, question mark. What the hell are you talking about, Fausto? Never heard of it. Split-second computer trading. Okay, we get a few of you have. All right. Steve doesn't know what it is. Gary doesn't know. Carrie, you don't know. Okay, David does. Daniel does. Okay, good. All right. So it looks like a lot of you guys don't know about it. Well, if you guys get an opportunity, you probably, if you read one of the old, seeing what happened on 60 Minutes, there was this huge 60 Minutes opened up a whole can of worms regarding about high-frequency trades. And high-frequency trades obviously been on all over CNBC for a whole week. It was actually very entertaining. And the thing is, they're making it look that it's a bad thing. They're saying the FBI is looking into it. Congress is looking into it. At the end of the day, I could tell you this. Most people don't even know what a high-frequency trade is, okay? But it does control 70% of the volume. That's right, 70% of the volume is being controlled by HFTs. Well, let me ask all of you a question, okay? How do stocks go up and down in the market? What drives things to go up and down? Can everyone answer that question? Daniel says bids and offers. Brad says supply and demand. Anybody want to think any different than that? Does everybody agree? Supply and demand, right? Everybody agree to that. Okay. So now my question to you is this. If you can monitor 70% of the supply and demand in the market, how much is that worth to you? Think about it. If you were able to monitor 70% of the volume, how much is that worth to you in your everyday trading? It's a definite edge carry. I like that. That's what I want to hear. Brad's got dollar signs. I even like that one too. Daniel says 100%. A lot. Billions it's worth. Well, yeah. Well, Brad, it's definitely worth billions for some of the brokerage firms out there because that's what they're making off it. But it's worth a lot, right? Well, do you guys want to be able to see that? I mean, think about it. How much would that change your life if you were able to monitor and see 70% of the volume? Because here you are. Everyone is agreeing that what drives stocks up and down is supply and demand. Well, here you are just mentioning, how many of you here actually are seeing it? How many? Not that many, right? So if there's not that many of you out there seeing it, well, then maybe you need to learn it. And that's what we're going to do right now, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about what, no, it's not carry, not level 2 only. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Okay? And that's what I'm going to show you. But first, before we get into showing you some demonstrations of it, let's talk about how brokerage firms make money on your order, okay? Because you know what? Every single brokerage firm, including who I have all the respect in the world for, is Charles Schwab, who actually, came out and say, it's a cancer, which obviously he's a little bit of a hypocrite because they make most of their money, online brokers make most of their money on something that's called payment for order flow. Does anybody know what that means? Payment for order flow? Just give me a chat back. Yes, no. Anyone know what payment for order flow means? Daniel knows what it means. Okay. Linda got a rebate. Oh, I like that word. That's great. Really? Nobody knows? Not too many of you know, huh? Okay. Well, let me break it to you. 70% of the profit that your online brokerage firm is making from you is not from your $7 a ticket, okay? If you really think that E-Trade and Scottrade are literally making have all those offices and making billions of dollars off your $7 a trade that you're doing maybe once a month, if you're lucky, I got news to you. You got it backwards. They are making hundreds on your order. It's something called payment for order flow. Now, this is what you need, Peter, and that's very good. This is what all of you guys need to do. Everyone got a pen and paper? Okay? Everyone got a pen and paper? I want you to write this down. When you're done with today's event, okay, I'm inviting all of you to come back tomorrow to trade live with me. But before you do that, I have some things I want you to ask your broker. First of all, ask them, what is payment for order flow? Because it's on the back of your account statements, okay? And this is what it is. They're taking your order and they're selling it to another brokerage firm, which is what Linda just said, and they're getting rebated back, or they're getting paid for your order, meaning your brokerage firm is not even buying the stock. They're selling it to another brokerage firm, and they say, hey, guys, like Knight Securities, hey, Knight Securities, I got Linda or Harold, Steve. They want to buy, 2,000 shares of Facebook. How much you want to pay me for it? Oh, yeah, I'll give you $700 for it. No problem. Here, it's yours. Meanwhile, you think you're paying $7, and meanwhile, they're getting paid several hundred. okay? It's called payment for order flow. It might not be in that extreme, but they fully disclose it, and that's how they make their money. Now, I want you to follow my list right here. Practice pioneer of Bernie Madoff. Well, listen, first of all, let's not even go there because that guy was a complete crook, first of all, a thief. That's a big difference. That guy was a complete liar. These brokerage firms are actually disclosing what they're doing, okay? And this is how they make their money. Here's your order, okay? And you're sending an order to your online broker. What they're doing is they're going to see if they can first sell your order to get paid for it. If not, then it goes to their market maker, their trading guy. From there, they route it through their order routing system, and they're going to check if they have stock and inventory. This is what's called the dark pools, meaning they're not even going to go out in the market and buy it. They're going to see if they have stock and inventory, and they're going to sell you what they have. If they don't, then it goes to the trading desk. From the trading desk, this person has a direct access system. He's going to try to buy it on the bid, sell to you on the offer, hit you with a commission, and then your order gets executed. This is a basic diagram how brokerage firms make money on your order. Now, it seems pretty complicated, like they really go out of their way. Well, obviously, with today's computers and algorithms, they're able to do this in lightning speed, okay? But that's why these guys make billions and we don't. You know? But that's basically a diagram of how things get routed with online brokers. Like, I'll give you an example. I have an account with Scottrade. I like Scottrade. I use it for my IRA. But I did an order the other day to do a trade, and you know, and I'm like, I'm all happy. I made it cost me $7. I did a trade, but by the time I placed that trade, and by the time they emailed me back, it was about 5 minutes. And then when I calculated from the point I did the trade to the time I got a confirmation, quote unquote, by email, okay, I ended up paying almost $200 more for the stock than when I originally placed the order. $200 more. You know what I could do with $200 bucks? Do a lot more than giving it to somebody else. Okay? So this is how online brokers make money. And that's why a lot of them are getting scrutinized. All right. Now, when I first started trading, okay, let me just explain something to everyone that I was you 20 years ago. Now, it sounds like a long time, right? But I'm not that old. I started when I was 22. I'm now 42. Okay, other than I'm getting more gray and heavy, but other than that, I'm still young. I trade every day. I love trading. The thing is this. What I learned on the first day on the job, I should have never, ever made my first trade. Because when I live here in New York, it's the financial capital of the world. I was trained by some of the best traders in the world, okay? And I was fortunate to come and learn from some of the best traders in the world. And for what they told me, what I saw on the first day on the job, I should have never made my first trade, okay? Let me give everyone an example. Have any of you guys have ever seen a live direct access execution? Did you guys ever see what it's like with your online broker, how he's routing orders? Have any of you ever seen that before? Have any of you guys ever seen a high-frequency trade in action? Nobody. No one here, but everyone is trading live, okay? Nobody here. There's 100 people here. I only got 10 people. Jack, what about you? Are you doing it? Just curious. No one here has seen one. All right, do you guys want to see one that looks like it? Who here wants to see what a high-frequency trade looks like? Live in the market. Come on, guys, get excited. It's not every day you get to sit in a real live trading room and get an opportunity to see what it's like to be in the front lines of trading. All right. Can everyone see my execution system? Okay. Just give me a chat back and let me know. Okay. So what we have right here, ladies and gentlemen, is ZLCF. Okay. It's a stock. All right. Now, what you're seeing right here, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, anyone heard about this stock this morning? Did anybody hear about this stock, ZLCS? Daniel, you did? Who else? Anyone else? Anybody hear about this stock today? No one heard about this stock? About the merger? Okay. This stock right here, just to let you know, this stock this morning ran from $1.16 to $1.70. Wow, that's $1.16 to $1.70 in what? 15 minutes? How much money is that, by the way? How much money is it? What is $1.16 minus $1.70? How much money is that? How many cents is that? 56 cents, right? On 1,000 shares, how much money is that? That's $560, right? Anybody have a calculator? What's 560 times 5 days a week? What's 560 times 5 days a week? Carrie says 2,800. Okay. Times that by 52 weeks. How much money do you have? Times that by 52 weeks. $145,000. Anybody here happy with willing to take a job that pays $145,000 working 15 minutes a day? Sure, right? All right. For some of you who don't know this, I run a professional trading room, and just gonna bring it up here. But this stock right here, you see right here. This is my I run a morning pick, and this was done right at 9 o'clock in the morning. I found the stock 9 o'clock this morning, and I had my students trading it with me. So you could see by the hours. I know Twitter does a horrible job of it, but these are the actual timestamps of stocks that I traded early this morning and stocks that we've traded going into the open. Now, obviously, not everyone was successful. You know, we didn't trade all of them, but right at the open, our big winner was that ZLCS. So the thing is this: do you care what ZLCS does? Does it matter to you? Does it matter? Or you hear about making money? You know what? I don't care what the hell the company does, but if it's going to make me $150,000 a year, working 15 minutes, I'm all over it. Okay? Listen, it's all about making money, but that's not why we're here yet. Why we're here is I want to show you what a high frequency trade is. Okay? Now, what you have right here, ladies and gentlemen, let me get my crayon. Hold on. Let me show you what you got, what you're seeing right here. Okay. So this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is called Total View, Level 3. This is called Level 2. Okay? Right here on Level 3 is where the high frequency trades are. Now, you could see you got 100 share buyers, 4,000 share buyers, but then you get what's called iceberg orders. The 12,000s, the 10,000s, the 53,000s, you know, the 17,000s, the 5,000s. Now, let me ask you all a question. When you trade with your broker, do you see the high frequency trades? Do you see the big block orders? Do you see the big buyers and sellers out there, yes or no? Okay. How much money you would have saved yourself? Think about this. How much money would you have saved yourself if you were able to see these orders? How much money you would, if you knew that there was a big buyer out there which is 53,000 shares right here. And if you knew that this was a support level and that buyer was buying it right there, and that's why that stock hit and went up because of that buyer out there, how much money you would have made and got out of there on that trade? Okay? For example, look right here. You see this order right here? How many shares are looking to be sold? This is the buys. This is the sells. How much of a seller is out there at $1.74 to $1.75? How many shares are looking to be sold? Everyone. Everybody see that? Joseph says a lot. What's a lot? Almost 100, maybe. And if you know what? If you add this into it, these guys over here, 10,000, 12,000, 36,000, 19,000. You know what? I don't know if 200 shares scares me, but you know what? When you add this up, about 150,000. Well, did you ever thought for a second that this is because of caused that? See that right there? What makes support resistance levels on a chart, ladies and gentlemen? What makes support resistance levels on a chart? Orders, right? Steve, how can an average person see that kind of info? Steve, at the end of this presentation, I'm going to teach you how. Okay, if you want to learn it. First of all, do you believe what you're seeing? This is live. Okay, Steve, do you see what? Does this make sense to you? Okay, now it does. Okay, now next question you have to ask yourself, Steve, how valuable is this information to you if you're trading in the market? How valuable is this? Very? Okay. Let me ask you one last question. Would you pay $49 to learn this? Is it worth $49 to learn how to do it? Okay, good. Because at the end of the presentation, I'm going to tell everybody here, if you want to learn a workshop to teach you how to do this and how to see it and how to go about doing it, I'm going to go from there. All right. Last but not least, let me clear my animation over here because I feel like John Madden on Monday Night Football. All right. So now the next thing I'm going to teach you is this. What is direct access? Well, direct access will give you instant access to the market. So what we're going to do is we're going to place a live order out there in the market, okay? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a limit order. I'm going to try to buy the stock at $1.40, okay? Now, what I want you to look at is this. Actually, I'm going to go $1.41. I'm going to try to buy. I'm trying to buy 100 shares at $1.41. So now, what I want you to look at is here. You see that? You see that seller, that buyer for 300 shares for $1.41? Okay, you see that? Does everybody see that guy right there? The 300 share buyer. Everybody see that? Just give me a yes if you see it. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out there and I'm going to change that 300 to 400. Okay. You count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Buy. Okay. Now you see my order out there. See now it turned to 400. You see I have a limit order out there. That's me. That's Fausto. So I'm going to click right here. And I'm going to unaggregate it. Okay, now you see that buy right there? You see that climb at 12:30, 41 seconds? NASDAQ 100? That's Fausto. That's me. Does everybody see that? I just went out there and I put a direct access trade. I just basically have a seat on the exchange. Now watch when I click cancel. You see that 100 share buyer? Watch. See it disappeared? It's like magic, right? Like, where'd he go? Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, is called direct access. Want me to do it again? Watch. There's Fausto. Fausto's gone. Fausto's back. Fausto's gone. Oops, somebody else went out there too. Fausto's back again. See, Fausto's gone. Joseph, you think that's great? You think that you want to say wow to that? You didn't see nothing yet. Okay, that's just the beginning. So think about this for a second, ladies and gentlemen. How much money would you have saved yourself if you were able to put limit orders and compete against other market makers? How great would it be if you could see all the high frequency trades? How much you would have saved yourself if you were able to have this tech, to be able to do this on your own? Because this is the difference. Basically, what I've introduced to you, what you've been doing all this time has been driving your own car. I'm sorry, I take that back. What you've been doing this whole time, you've been dealing with public transportation, the bus company, the train company, the taxis, okay? Well, guess what? Now you have access to drive your own car. How powerful it is if you knew that you could drive your own car without dealing with public transportation. How great would that be? Well, guess what? We all know that because most of you do drive, okay? Well, that is the power of what you're about to learn. Once again, would you pay $49 to learn that? How to do it in a workshop? Is it worth that? Well, if it is, if you want to learn that, I'm going to show you. But not only this I'm going to show you, okay? Not only this will I show you, I'm also going to be showing you something else. Hold on. Here we go. Time and sales, okay? Does anyone here know what time and sales is? Like, what is it and how does it work? And I mean, think about this for a second. Do a lot of you here know how to read charts? Who here knows how to read a chart? I think that's the first thing people want to learn, right? Is how to read charts, right? Well, I hate to tell you this, but that's the last thing you're supposed to learn, okay? And the only reason why I know this because when I went down to Wall Street to learn from market makers, they told me the same thing like, Fausto, first of all, and I'm going to prove it to you, okay? Everybody, where does a chart get its data from? Where does a chart get its data? From the past and orders, okay, right? Well, do you want to, does the past always indicative of the future? I mean, doesn't support and resistance levels get broken all the time, right? And also, isn't if you follow indicators and charts, wouldn't that make you a lagger? Or do you want to be a leader? Because what makes support and resistance levels and confirmations of those support and resistance levels are orders. Well, Carrie, and I'm great, Joseph and Carrie. I mean, I'm glad that you guys brought that up. But wouldn't it be worth it for you to see those orders and confirm of that chart is really a support and resistance level? Wouldn't that help you to say, wow, that really is a support and resistance level? Well, let's go see. Let's go back and see if there's orders out there. How many times have you went to a support resistance level and thought it was not going to break it and it breaks it? All the time, right? Well, because some of you guys never knew what trading was all about and didn't see that until I just showed you. Now, let's just think about it. How long have we been here for? 30 minutes? Could you imagine being with me for the rest of your life and trading? Let me tell you, when I sat down and my mentor showed me this, okay, first of all, let me just tell you something right off the bat. I was a hypocrite, okay? Not just a hypocrite, I was ignorant. I'm sorry, not a hypocrite, I was ignorant, okay? And I thought education was expensive. Try ignorance, because my mentors told me this a long time ago. And I'm like, you know what, I don't have time to learn. It looks good, I really want to learn it, but like, you know what, let me try it first. Well, that cost me literally over $100,000 in losses, okay, until I blew up 2 accounts as a kid, and my dad almost wanted to kill me, okay, and my dad worked so hard for it, and thought he said, you know what, son, he goes, I'll make an investment in you. I mean, listen, you seem like a smart kid, and maybe you'll do pretty well, and and obviously not being so smart because I never really was taught how to trade until someone actually showed me this. It kind of just it was like a light bulb. Did a light bulb kick in yet to any of you? Anyone get a light bulb? What is your light bulb, Carrie? What light bulb kicked in for you? Steve, what light bulb kicked in for you? Anyone else have a light bulb? What kicked in? What's the light bulb? What did you just see? Being on the right side of the trade, Steve. Very good. Anybody else? Learning is key, Carrie. Good. A reality check, Bill. Those I tell. Good to see you again. Well, that is only the beginning, okay? Now let's talk about another thing that you guys need to learn, and that's called time and sales, okay? Now, when it comes to time and sales, there's an opportunity where the market moves the most volatile times, and that's the first hour and the last hour, okay? Now, I mentioned earlier the stock symbol ZLCS, right? What did we learn about ZLCS? Does anybody remember? What did we learn about this stock? Other than you could have made a lot of money this morning, and I chatted it, and we found it. What did we learn about the stock symbol ZLCS? It went up to $1.70, that's right. And most importantly, I'll bring it up again and share it with you. Here we go. What we've learned is that the stock made its move from 9 o'clock this morning to 9:45. Made its biggest move. That's where it made most of its money. That's what we've learned. So now the other thing that we teach you here at CyberTrade University is that timing is everything. Well, John, you know what? Listen, in John's question, I thought it was getting an education by purchasing an investment advisory service and packages. I was $30,000 wrong, and 4 years later now stuck to be me. Listen, John, can I be honest with you? You're not the only one out there, okay? If that makes you feel better, all right? The thing is, John, and that's why I always tell everybody here, whenever I do an event, do your homework first, do your research, talk to other students that and not just people that just took a class recently. Talk to people that started a while ago, and you know what? You'll see. I mean, we all need guidance. We all believe in education. If we all didn't believe in education, we wouldn't need public schools or colleges, right? But you know what? It's the law. You got to go to elementary school. You got to go to school. So just to let all of you know, it's never too late to learn. All right? It stinks that you had to go through what most of us gone through, but it's never too late. But the thing is, the most important part about trading is that you got to find a mentor, a guy that you like, a trading style that you like, that's going to fit in your schedule. Okay? But the thing that I kind of teach my students is that I don't know, exactly your age group or wherever or who you are, who's logged in, but like how many of you here are like on Social Security and wouldn't mind making a couple of $100 a day? How many of you here are dealing with an investment advisor, a mutual fund, and you're sick and tired of, trading your money and not even making you that much? When, you know what? You could do the same thing yourself. They're doing exactly what I'm showing you. What do you need them for? You could see. I show students stocks up 20 to 50% every day. Don't believe me? I don't know. You tell me about the stock I just showed you. Wasn't ZLCI up 42% right now? It's actually up almost 100%, early this morning. You know what I mean? What do you need them for? You could do it yourself. But trading is a part-time job. It's not a full-time job in trading, ladies and gentlemen. That is something that you guys have to understand, okay? There are a lot of stocks out there. Here's my trades I was doing this morning. I run a professional trading room, okay? At 9:44, look at all the money that I'm up on all these trades. Ever heard of these stocks? BLDP, FCell, JCPenney, KNDI. My biggest winner was Plug. Look at these stocks. This is Plug, actually. Look at this thing, how much of a move it made, okay? I mean, these are screenshots of trades that I trade with my students. What's wrong with that? I mean, do I care what Plug is doing? Do I care about a stock symbol, you know, GUTR? This is a business. Do you guys understand the definition of business? Everybody understand what the definition of business is? Because this is what it is. Exactly, Carrie. Making money, okay? Does it matter what we trade? Okay? Or are you just here to make money? You find a stock like ZLCS this morning, all right? The stock made you $500. You think I care about who the hell is ZLCS? Think I care about who the CEO is? Okay? Do you think we care, or I'm care about making money? But then there's people that says, yeah, but I never heard of the stock. I like dealing with Facebook because I know the company. I have an account with it. Okay, no problem. What's Facebook doing today? It's up 20 cents. You have to risk 59,000 shares to buy 1,000 shares of it when you could have traded ZLCS, risked literally 50 times, 60 times less money and making 100 times more profit. That's where I made my mistake, and that's where I'm trying to convert all of you to not make the same. Is level 3 only for NASDAQ stocks? No, John. It's for everything, New York and NASDAQ. But the thing is this, when it comes to high-frequency trades and seeing those orders, you also need to learn time and sales, because what's another thing I didn't tell you guys and teach you guys about is how do you know if those high-frequency trades are real orders or fake orders? Now, there's obviously nothing fake about it, but they can cancel, right? You ever change your mind, do a trade and says, hey, you know what? I decided I don't want to sell it anymore. All the time, right? Well, that's where time and sales come in. And how many of you here read charts and think like, oh, but there's a pivot point, here's the MACD and the moving average. You know what, before you can even go there, you got to learn and understand time and sales first, because time and charts get its data from time and sales. All right, so the wisdom of finding the stocks prior to open, right? Well, Kyle, I do that. Kyle, I do teach and I do run a professional trading room that starts actually at 8 a.m. in the morning when we do Forex. We do a live presentation at 8 a.m. We do another live presentation at 9 a.m. where we do the live trading picks. We do it all day long. Been doing this for 20 years, okay? Now, if anybody here wants to follow me on Twitter, I know a lot of you here like to do your homework. Go visit our YouTube channel. I think we got close to 100 videos that I've done, and we've been adding more every single day. Why don't you go visit our YouTube channel, subscribe and be a follower. We do an end-of-the-day protocol of what we traded for the day. If you really want to kind of understand a little bit more about Cyber Trading University, if you want to do this as a career, listen, I always tell everyone, do your homework. Do your homework on who your mentor is, because you know what? If you find that guy who you really like, and I'm hoping it's me, but maybe it's somebody else, but when you find that person you like and you could understand what they're teaching you, then that's the person that needs to teach you. Because I'm going to tell all of you right now, the most important advice my mentor has always taught me. And this is what they told me, and I'm going to pass this on to you. If you're not going to make an investment on your education to learn how to trade, do yourself a favor, get out of the business. Because you're going to end up just losing all your money. There's absolutely no way you have a 10% chance of living, of learning it on your own. It's a lot cheaper to let someone mentor you than go out there and throw it against it and try to figure it out on your own. Now, let's talk about some Twitter trades that we've done. Just kind of want to bring up a stock that I traded. These are some of the students that we've traded, that we tweeted. This actually was one of our biggest winners of the month. Did anybody hear about the stock BIOF? Anybody hear about the stock BIOF? Carrie, you did? Bill, you did. Where did you hear about, Bill? From me, obviously. Thank you very much. Okay, here's a stock. This stock literally went up huge. You could check it out. This stock was up almost 100% in one day. BIOF. This stock went from $3 to $7 in one day. Okay, this is actually the run. A lot of my students made money. Here's a couple of my students. This is actually the tweet I did in the morning, and Brett N made over $30,000 profit right on that trade. You can meet him in our room, our trading room. Mike 2012 made $13,000 on BIOF. You know, these are their comments that they put in the trading room. And then what we like to do once in a while, we always like to do a little shout out to some of the students regarding, you know, some of their winnings in our cyber group room. Okay. Where do you post them? Well, we have two different types of accounts. We have a paid version, and then we have a free one. The free one we do at the end of the day. We have a paid one that runs all during the day. So we have a professional trading room, and we also have a free one, which is more than happy for you guys to follow us along. Now, why 80 to 90% traders fail in trading? Because obviously you're not treating it like a job, okay? You don't know how to play the game. Understand that trading is one of the greatest jobs in the world, but you got to learn how to have fun, and you need a mentor. And that's one of the big mistakes that people make when it comes to trading. Now, before you go out there and start watching trades and seeing why we're buying this and selling that and finding these great picks, you know what? Before you could ever have someone show you how great of a trader they are, or how great we can make you a trader, you first have to learn how to trade, okay? So what we did today is we wanted to change things up a little bit, okay? We wanted to offer everybody a workshop that will educate all of you first before you can actually come in and watch some of these real live trades. So this is how we're going to offer all of you. First of all, if anybody would like a article about the dark pools, just send me an email at Fausto PSCTU Court, and I'll be happy to email any of you. Now, Kyle, I'll answer that question in a second because we're running out of time here. I want to open up some Q&As in just a minute. But for some of you that logged in a little bit late, just to let you all know, I'm a 12-time champion at the Money Show Traders Expo. You probably heard about them. They're one of the largest financial trading expo here in the United States and Canada. I was also ranked #1 school 6 years in a row in Equities Magazine, and you know, so it's something we're very proud to mention. Now, how could you learn today? Now, who here would like to learn to make $200 and $500 a day, $100,000 a year? Well, to do that, someone's got to teach you how to do it, okay? So I'm not here, ladies and gentlemen, to sell you some program, sell you some subscription, okay? I'm not here to tell you, you know, and say why Fausto is so great, and, you know, we're not a brokerage firm, okay? We're an educational school. I'm doing this for 20 years. I'm one of the oldest people in the industry that's teaching today. And I love what I do. I really do. I love hearing stories like Brett making $30,000 a day, like Mike that made $13,000. I could do the same thing for you, but it takes something. It takes something out of you that you need to make an investment, and that's learning how to trade. So how could you do it? Well, what I'm going to be offering everyone here is this: a workshop, a 2-day workshop. Two workshops. Basically, I'm going to give you a $500 workshop for a promotional price of $49. Okay, it's going to talk about ECNs and time and sales. Now, this promotion is going to end tomorrow because you're going to get two things. For some of you who buy this promotion, okay, you're going to get the workshop immediately. And if you don't buy it, you could still join me tomorrow for a Q&A. Okay, I'm going to do a Q&A regarding about what you've learned in the next 2 days. All right, so if you believe that what I showed you and seeing those live trades, I'm going to show you how to do that through the ECN workshop. If you want to know how orders get executed and how to actually see these orders get executed on time and sales and how to read it off the chart, I'm giving you that workshop. So it's like over $500 value for $49. And then for all of you, even if you don't buy it, you could still come tomorrow for the Q&A. And I'm going to do the Q&A at 11 a.m. So what I'd like all of you guys to do is watch the recordings, you know, review them, and then join me tomorrow for a live trading webinar with a Q&A regarding what the workshop was all about. Now, if you can't make it, the course is recorded, okay? So if you can't make tomorrow's event, I know it's a big holiday week, the market's closed on Friday, maybe you got other plans. Listen, as long as you register, you can come and get it. You can come and get it. Get the recording. Now the workshop is it's an archive of my class, so you'll be able to access it immediately. That link that I put on the website right there, ladies and gentlemen, that's for the free event. And if you want to register for the ECN workshop for $49, you click on this link right here. All right. Now you can also call in at 877-70-CYBER or 516-280-5350. You can talk to an education advisor, and they can also sign you up also. Okay. Now, is the online or no? This is all online. Everything is online. Once again, did anybody learn anything from the high frequency trade here today? Did anybody see something they'd never seen before? Carrie, you did? Did you learn something very important from it? Imagine what a $49 workshop is going to do now. So that's what I'm saying. Make an investment. Learn how to trade, because you could lose $49 in 49 seconds. Why not have something and learn in a few hours how to do it right and see what it is, and then come back tomorrow for a Q&A where I can answer the questions about why one does the other. Okay? Do you have a service that provides level 3 data? Listen, Randall, we're not a brokerage firm. We're an educational school. In the workshop, they'll tell you where to get level 3 data in great detail. See, that's a whole lesson in itself. See, my goal, Randall, what I need to do today is I just wanted to prove to everybody something you've never seen before. And then from there, make an investment in yourself and say, you know what, wow, that really does make sense. You know, what's the worst thing that could happen? I could learn something. I know I'm going to get my money back just by learning it, something you didn't know before, and go from there. Bill, the workshop is a recording. It's an archive. Okay, so once you register right now, you're going to have access to your dashboard on Cyber Trading University to start reviewing those recordings. And then tomorrow, even if you do not buy the $49 workshop, you could still join us for free for tomorrow's event. And then you can listen to everyone that did buy it. You can listen and learn exactly to help answer in detail the Q&A. But I can tell you this, if you don't buy the $49 package, you're probably going to be very, very lost. The promo link is right here. Actually, what I'll do is let me bring you to the website, and I'll walk you step by step. Okay, here we go. So if you go to cybertradinguniversity.com's homepage, okay, right here in the middle, that's me right there, okay? I got a little more grays now, but this right here, you click on this link or you go to Quick Link, it says 2 of Fausto's workshops right here. Just click on that link, it's very easy, and this will give you a full description of the workshop, okay? And if you want to register just for the free event tomorrow, right here on the left-hand side, on the quick links, right there, if you click on that, this will register you for the free live webinar tomorrow, which is no cost. This is free. Okay? Yes, Bill. Because you're a Platinum student, you should be able to get it for free. Call the office, and I'll tell you a little bit more about it, how to log into that. Absolutely. Okay? Any other questions, ladies and gentlemen? Any other questions? Now, just to let everybody know that this promotion does end tomorrow, okay? Now, I recommend you to buy it now because tomorrow, if you wait and hear what everyone else has to say about it, you're going to wish you bought it today because a lot of questions are going to be answered tomorrow, okay? What is an ECN, electronic communication network? It allows you to become a market maker. You're trying to sign up, but it's asking you for a promotion code, okay? If you're having an issue doing it online, here, why don't you call the office at 516-280-5350. All right? Okay, just a couple of things. A couple of people just came in. Harold, thank you very much. Appreciate your purchase. Look forward to seeing you. Hope you enjoy it. Robert, see that you purchased it yourself. Thank you. I see a bunch of people coming in right now. John, Mike, Bill, thanks for buying it, okay? And for you guys, just remember, when you buy it, when you log into Cyber Trading University, you'll see those links light up. Just click under your courses, and you'll see those workshops, okay? Mary, are you in? Well, thank you very much, Mary. Like I said, what's the worst thing that could happen? You learned something for $49, you know? And like I said, and all your answers, I'm going to go through Q&A tomorrow, all right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, for everybody, listen, thanks for coming. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. If you don't buy the workshop, I'll see you all tomorrow at 11 a.m., but just make sure you do register. If you can't be there and you wish you could still get access to the recording for tomorrow, but you have to register to get it. All right, guys, listen, the lines are open. Feel free to call in. Any other questions? You have my personal email address right there. And like I said, I look forward to seeing you all in tomorrow's event. Thanks, everyone. Happy trading.